In 1692, a dark cloud settled over Salem, Massachusetts. What started with a few whispers of strange behavior quickly spiraled into a horrifying frenzy of accusations, trials, and executions. 20 innocent people were put to death for a crime that doesn't even exist: witchcraft. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to delve into the dark history of the Salem Witch Trials, exploring the chilling facts and the haunting stories that still send shivers down our spines. You guys, this music is creeping me out. Ping. Picture this. It's a freezing cold winter in Salem Village. The air is crisp and the ground is blanketed in snow, making every step a challenge. This tiny, isolated community is already on edge. They're terrified of Native American attacks and struggling to survive the harsh New England winters. Food is scarce and the cold seeps into their bones. Then it hits. A group of young girls start experiencing these terrifying fits. It begins with a twitch, a small, almost unnoticeable movement, but soon it escalates. I'm talking uncontrollable screaming, convulsing, weird, contorted movements. Their bodies twist in unnatural ways and their faces contort in pain. No one knows what's wrong with them. Is it a disease, a curse, or something way more sinister? The fear spreads like wildfire through the village. The town doctor is called in, but he's totally baffled. He has never seen anything like this before. He examines the girls, but he can't find anything physically wrong with them. Their symptoms defy all medical knowledge of the time. That's when someone whispers a terrifying word: witchcraft. The mere mention of it sends shivers down the spines of the villagers. Could it be that dark forces are at play? Okay, so now imagine a small town consumed by fear. People are looking for someone, anyone, to blame. The finger is pointed at Tituba, an enslaved woman who's different, an outsider. She's the easy target. Then more accusations fly. It's like a virus spreading from person to person. Jealousy, revenge, old grudges. They all come bubbling to the surface, fueling the fire of paranoia. Soon the entire community is caught in a web of suspicion and fear. No one is safe, not even your closest friends or family. Chapter 3. The Devil's in the Details. In the heart of the 17th century, the courtroom was a place of dread and despair. The accused are dragged before the court, where they face terrifying trials. These trials were not just legal proceedings, but spectacles of fear and control. Imagine being stripped naked, poked and prodded in front of a room full of people, desperately searching for the devil's mark. Every inch of your body scrutinized, every blemish a potential sign of guilt. Some confess, but only because they're tortured or coerced. The methods of extracting confessions were as cruel as they were effective. Can you imagine the pressure, the fear, the overwhelming sense of doom that hung in the air? They're forced to choose between confessing to a crime they didn't commit or maintaining their innocence and facing certain death. It's a lose-lose situation. The choices are harrowing, the consequences dire. The methods of punishment are brutal. Some are hanged. Public executions served as grim reminders of the power wielded by the court. Others die in prison, forgotten and alone. Their stories lost to time, their suffering a silent testament to the era's cruelty. Chapter 4, Tituba, the beginning of the end. Let's talk about Tituba, a figure shrouded in mystery and fear. She was an enslaved woman from Barbados, owned by Reverend Samuel Parris. Her life was already filled with hardship and suffering. She's the first to be accused of witchcraft, marking the beginning of a dark chapter in history. Can you imagine being ripped from your home, forced into slavery, and then accused of being a witch? The fear and confusion must have been overwhelming. The girls claimed she made them bake a witch cake, a bizarre concoction used to supposedly reveal a witch's identity. This strange ritual only added to the hysteria. Tituba, probably terrified and desperate to save herself, confesses. Her confession was not just a simple admission of guilt, but here's the thing. She doesn't just confess, she weaves a tale that would ignite the fears of an entire community. She tells these elaborate stories about black magic and the devil, fueling the flames of the trials. Her words painted vivid images of dark rituals and sinister forces. Was she telling the truth? Or were these stories a desperate attempt to align with the accusers and save her own life? Or was she just trying to survive? The line between truth and survival becomes blurred in such dire circumstances. We'll never know for sure. Her story remains one of the many unsolved mysteries of the Salem Witch Trials, a haunting reminder of a time when fear and superstition ruled. The Salem Witch Trials were a dark chapter in American history, a stark reminder of what happens when fear and paranoia grip a community. The trials ended in 1693, but their legacy continues to haunt us. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of mass hysteria, the power of false accusations, and the importance of critical thinking. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to my channel for more dark and twisted stories from history.